Hello, parents and students. My name is Tyler Funk. I am the athletic director here at Kearney High School, and we brought you in today just to talk about one of the most important aspects of high school sports and sports in general when you think about it, and that would be sportsmanship. We take sportsmanship very seriously at Kearney High School, and we want our parents and our athletes to know how important it is to us and what we expect of them going forward. So we always have this annual meeting where we talk about sportsmanship and how it can be shown throughout our activities in all programs and all sports. As a student athlete and parents, you're not just representing yourself first and foremost. You are representing the program you play for, what sport it is, the athletic department, and the town in general. Think about it. If we go to tournaments and we have a bunch of parents complaining and we have student athletes that are not showing good sportsmanship, Kearney's going to get a reputation that says they're full of bad sports and poor sportsmanship participants. So that's something that we don't want, and we want the very opposite of saying these people do it right, they show great sportsmanship. Student athletes, we want you to do your very best and always try to win, but we want you to do so within the rules of the contest. We respect the opponents and the officials, and all students are expected to shake hands with other teams before and after contests. Parents, I think you've heard this a million times. One of the best quotes I've ever heard is, "Let the coaches coach, the officials officiate, the players play, and the spectators cheer." I know that a lot of you have coached before, and coached your son or daughter, and you've had a big influence on them. We ask that you let our coaches do their job, and you just be a positive influence on the student athlete. If you are not showing good sportsmanship, or if you are being unruly to officials or coaches or other teams, you can be asked to leave the contest by the supervisor on site or the officials if it comes to that. And we've had that a couple times, not very much, and then we will meet as far as how we are going to handle you attending contests in the future. So now I'm going to go over the school district sportsman code. Pretty simple. It's for the players, coaches, and fans. So it's not just you guys, but also for the coaches. We go over this with the coaches also. Number one, maintain pride in school and self. So maintain that pride in yourself. Serve to keep a high standard of conduct. Cheering is always encouraged for fans. I think a lot of this meeting always is like, oh, we can't cheer. No, we want you to cheer. We want you to be positive about it. No taunts, chants, noises, songs, profanity, emotions, or gestures directed to the other team, coaches, school, or officials. Basically, like we've learned all before, treat everybody with respect. Positive signs are allowed. You can bring positive signs. No disrespect for the other team during introductions. No noisemakers. Abide by the decisions of the officials and accept victory or defeat graciously. You're going to lose. We're going to win. All right, we're going to lose. We're going to win. We're going to do both of those things. So we have to, handle both of those with grace and with class. And that's the number one thing going forward we want to see at Kearney High School. I also want to go over the MSHSAA law that talks about sportsmanship. It is a lengthy law, and I'm not going to go through every single part. But it is important that we understand that it's not just a Kearney thing. It's a Missouri State high school thing. So MSHSAA law, bylaw B10 says a school may be suspended from membership in the MSHSAA or former participating in interscholastic activities with other members' schools for the unsportsmanlike conduct of team, coaches, students, and fans at both home and away games. Please support in a positive manner in the spirit of high school activities. You may participate on a school team and non-school team in different sports during the same season. However, you do not participate and compete on non-school athletics on the same day. Basically, it's just talking about all the things we talked about in our district code. All right. Next, we want to go over the handout that was given to you by our staff that's around the building. As you can see on the handout, this is handout number 1. It's the contract that we expect you and your players to sign. So both parent and student athlete must sign in order to compete this year in Kearney High School. You can see at the top it has what players are expected of you. I won't go through all of them. Some of them are demonstrate self-control, win with class, lose with class. The team is the most important thing. Show respect for your coaches, the opponent's coaches, and officials, and conduct yourself at all times in a manner that represents high character and sportsmanship traits. Parents, similar with you, be positive role models at events. Your son or daughter will be very aware of your behavior, and I tell this to our student athletes all the time, and our coaches. If our coaches are going crazy on the sideline and making a ruckus and complaining about every call, what do you think our student athletes are going to do? They're going to emulate that behavior, whether they realize it or not. They're going to start worrying about the officials instead of worrying about what they can do to help their team win or help their team get better. Let the coach coach. Communicate with the coach in a positive, supportive working relationship. If there are situations where we're not happy about the coach, have the student go to the coach first. Still not happy, parent to coach. And then if that's still not happy, we will all meet as a group. One of the toughest ones on here, obviously, is do not argue with officials. We have to realize that officials are human beings. They are going to make mistakes, and just like anybody else, I get very, very into our high school games. I want to see our student athletes succeed. But we have to realize these officials are doing the best they can. They're human beings. They're going to make mistakes, and at the end of the day, it's about a positive experience for the student athlete, and not worrying about the officials, worrying about what they can. Not worrying about what calls they make or what calls they didn't make, but cheering on in a good contest, and having fun and learning a lot of life lessons from it. So if you are willing to do that and you want to participate in Kearney athletics, I will need those signatures. And then you can see the second handout also has some pictures of what good sportsmanship looks, and a quote on there as well as far as sportsmanship. So I thank you for your time. I hope you realize how important Kearney takes sportsmanship, and I look forward to seeing you at all our events.